Hello, my furry friends. My name is Fuzzycup, and welcome back to Skybees 2, now with added zoom. So, a few things have changed since yesterday, at the end of episode 1. I have added 2 mods. One of them, zoom. Gotta have my zoom. The second one is recam, because I like to be able to look at all the work I've done between episodes. So if any of you guys have watched any of my other seasons at any time, you will know I love building little islands and making a brand new world. I hate these flat, I'm sorry for calling it anyone else who does this. I'm really, really sorry, but I just can't make a flat, horrible sheet in the sky and build on it. So I tend to make small islands, kind of separated with different mods, and like this one's going to be Astral Sorcery probably. I'll have an entire new bee island. But in order to get all of this dirt and cobblestone, I had to do a little bit of work. First of all, I had to grow a ton of wheat and make a ton of dirt. And then I realized that I didn't actually have to grow all that wheat. I could get cobblestone, throw it into this thing, which was actually next on the list of things to do at the end of the next episode. Very easy to make. It was just a cast iron gear, double smelted stone, single smelted cobblestone. And it doesn't need any power. It just grinds down an entire stack of cobblestone into gravel. And it can also do an entire stack of gravel into sand. But if I... Hold on, gotta sleep. If I want to get dirt, I can make coarse dirt, which is 2 dirt, 2 gravel, place it down, and then using an absolute ton of these guys, I can shift, right click, and hoe all that dirt into regular dirt. So you can duplicate your dirt as long as you can keep on producing gravel. Ooh, very close there. As long as you keep on producing gravel. And the reason it's out here on this island is because when I was doing it first and I was placing down the grass, I accidentally vein mined half of the island and nearly killed myself. So, yeah, this little island. So yeah, there we are. I did a lot of buildy things between episodes, but not a whole lot in the progression of the pack. I kept that for you guys. So, without further ado, let's continue with the pack. So, we left off last episode here, and I think I'm just going to leave this section until I need it. I don't even know if I'll need Prismarine or Slime or anything for the moment. I'm also going to not do Dielectric Paste because I don't need anything from power at the moment. I am going to skip right into the bee section. So, what do I need to get bees? It seems that your first bees are made with bee DNA. And you make that with 5 clay in a cross shape, gives you an empty DNA. Then using this DNA spawner, which I assume is just like a right click thing, you basically can make different types of bee DNA. And I think the only one I can make at the moment is this guy here, the regular old bee. Let's start off by doing that. Okay, so let's grab some of our clay that we made between episodes. Wrap that down. Where did you go? You went in here. The boop, make 4 of those. Then we need to make a DNA spawner, which is just logs and planks. Speaking of logs and planks, now that I can make clay, I think I'm going to smelt up some of that. And also make some bricks. So if I smelt this up in our new furnace, I should be able to make terracotta. And in this pack we have botany pots. These guys here. And these botany pots automatically grow stuff. And you can combine them with a hopper to make hopping botany pots. And they will output into a inventory below them. So I'm going to make 2 more of these drawers. And I'm going to hopper some wood and some sugarcane, I think, because I believe I will need paper in the future if I've been listening to some people in my Discord. I'm going to need some paper for stuff. So yeah, I want to get some sugarcane and some trees growing. Also, we have shifted to a carb bread related diet. My stomach's not thanking me for it, but it's much more filling than tomatoes. Throw on a few more bricks here. And we should be able to make a flower pot, like so, and then a botany pot like so. Then we can turn that into a hopping botany pot with a brick hopper, which is 5 bricks and a chest. Another one of you. Another one of you. Some more bricks. 2 brick hoppers. And 2 hopper botany pots. Nice. God, I'm gonna have to do an old school grow and chop, but hopefully this is the last one. 2 more chests. I need to do that. And actually, is it like that? No. How do I make a 2x2? That. I need more chests. I make a 2x2 and another one like so. That means I'll temporarily put them down over here, but I can put the hopping botany pot here and here, like so. This one seems like it doesn't have any inventory. Okay, but I can also put in there a sapling, and if you look very, very closely, it is slowly growing. Now, it doesn't produce a lot. In fact, it produces very, very little, but it's free and it's working while I'm doing other stuff. So where was I? Yes, I was going to make a... Okay, I know I just said that this was the last one I was going to do, but I do need a little bit more and I can't wait for that to grow. Okay, so I needed 4 logs and 4 of those to make the DNA spawner. Like so. Why won't it click in? There we go. 1 DNA spawner. Boop. And to make the bee DNA, I need yellow dye. Now, did I get a yellow mystical flower? Huh. I seem to have gotten every other color except for... Oh, no, wait, no. There it is. Sorry, Fuzzy, just going blind. Okay, let's duplicate that up just so we don't waste any of our flowers. And this is made in the tempered glass jar under high heat with 1 empty DNA, 1 yellow dye, and it probably takes 50 years. It takes 1 minute. Not too bad. I guess we just wait. I also think I should probably get somewhere for the bees to live. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Oh, and maybe a hive. I'm not very prepared. Forgive me, for this is going to be ugly. Let's move that back here. Grab ourselves a door, like so. I believe it was 3 string and 6 of these to make a beehive, if I remember correctly. Like so. I suppose I also need to make a campfire. Do I have any logs? Yeah, I made some logs for me. Nice. It's already paying off. Let's do that. That. 1 campfire. Let's place you in the floor. When a beehive. Our thing should be done. There we go. 1 bee DNA or BNA. BNA. Put you here. Oh, we have our first bee. Oh, he needs a flower. He needs a flower to pollinate. I need to use some bone meal and get a proper flower because I think every time I run around, there we go. Every time I run around, otherwise the botanic flower, the flower from Botania is going to grow taller. And I suppose now that we have a bee and a hive, we need to make some shears. And unfortunately, there's no wooden shears in this pack, but there is clay shears, which are very easy to make now that we have an absolute butt ton of clay. We do that, and that. We also have a ton more seeds. Sadie root, corn, rice, green beans, eggplants, and wheat. I did notice we did make spinach, and here it says eaten, assisted in adding hearts. I think every food that we eat grants us more hearts. So I think it's in our best interest. On a Hang with Fuzzy, I might actually just make a ton of new foods and stuff and grow new crops just to get my hearts up a little bit more. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to see how much hearts we can get. What was I doing? Getting distracted again. Oh, I need to make another bee, obviously, because I need to breed the bees. Boop. You in there, you in there. Oh, one more bee. Our shears should be done, and I think it's just a matter of crafting them together. While that's cooking up, we do need to make some bee jars, which is just 5 pieces of glass. So let's grab some sand, get you smelted up. And bee jars are basically a way of putting bees in a jar so you can transport them around, or put all the bees in a jar so you can break the hive so that they don't get mad at you and kill you by stinging you. Now this should be done here for our second bee. Let's get you spawned. Nice. That's our 5 glass done. Is it more than 5 glass? It was more than 5 glass, wasn't it? It was 6 glass. I mean, I already proved I can't count. Are you really surprised? Our 6th piece of glass gives us 8 bee jars. Nice. So, looking ahead, it says that all the bees get unlocked by this thing. So, if I look at all the... Ooh, that's a lot of bees. Let's click on resourceful bees. Because I have a feeling if I can make all of these bees here, I can probably quite easily start making all of the other bees needed to progress during the game. I believe they are like the base bees, the ones that you can breed or change or combine together into all the other bees. So let's do a quick sleep and have a quick look at this. So honey generator is made with iron. Can't do that quite yet. Honey congealer, again made with iron. Ugh. Centrifuge. I can make one of those. That's just made of cast iron and barrels. And a tier 1 beehive. Ooh, so that is just a normal beehive combined with grass. And because we now have a shears and tons of bone meal, we should be able to very quickly get a ton of grass. Nice. So thankfully we made the bee jars. I can easily get these guys into the jars. I just have to wait for this guy to come out. Actually, do you know what? Going to put that guy back out because he is 3 of 5 honey. I'll wait until I get my first honey out of this and then I'll break it and turn it into the tier 1 beehive. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Oh, there we go. Honey 5 of 5. So let's put you in a jar. Shear this guy. Wait for you to come out. Wow, this is taking a while. Second one. Now I can... Ooh, if I break this, do I destroy it? No, thankfully I don't. Okay, so I just need to craft this guy with some grass to make our beehive. And that beehive can hold 4 bees and has 5 max honeycomb. Interesting. Okay. So let's put you here. Release the bees, as Oprah says. Like so. Let's get ourselves a 3rd bee also. Now we have 3 bees. And let's look about getting these bees. So a gravel bee would probably be easy enough. It is a empty bee. I keep on saying BNA. You know what? I'm just going with BNA from now on. An empty BNA and some gravel makes a gravel bee. Easy enough. A andesite bee is the same but with andesite. Diorite is the same with diorite. Lava is the same but with lava, obviously. Dirt bee, same with that, and so on. So yeah, we can make a few of these guys. Cobblestone, wood, water, I assume is the same. What's a fishy bee? Okay. Fishy bee is a fish bee? Okay. Snowball bee, I'm not sure we can get that for a while because we don't have any snow and I believe we are in a plains biome. And then sand bee we can do and an RGBB, which is just red, green, blue dye. Okay, let's get buzzing. How does one get diorite? Okay, I can get it with an alchemy catalyst, but I definitely can't get any of that yet. Stone generating. Oh, okay, so it is done by old school stone generation. So let me just make another bucket. Grab some lava. So if I were to grab some cobblestone, if I were to put some lava up here, then I was to put some water there running down here. Okay, well, I need to shut that off there because otherwise all my torches will go and this will become a mob farm. But if I put some water here so that it flows down that hole, then some lava here so it flows down, that should make stone. Nice. And apparently diorite has a 10% chance. Andesite has a 10 and granite also has a 10. Okay, so I should, in theory, get some diorite. Nice. And it's just being destroyed. Okay. Pop the chest here. The hopper here. That hopefully should catch the stuff. It does indeed. Unfortunately, it spills everywhere, but that's just a risk we have to take. Wonder if I can just make some pressure plates or something to put there. Boop, boop. Yeah, that works. Let's fix up this guy. Boop. And let's get some more stuff. So I have 1 diorite, 1 andesite, and 3 granite. So the rule I'm going to enforce for myself going on from now is I am going to make at least 2 of each bee and then breed them as I do them. So I want to set up a system for myself where I automatically, out of habit, make sure I automate everything first. If you guys have watched me at any time in any other series, you will know I always automate first and then move on. If I can automate it, I will automate it and I will stockpile it because I know Fuzzy of the future will really thank me for that now. So yes, I'm going to make 2 of each. That's 2 diorite, 2 of those, and we need 1 more andesite. Grab a little bit more clay. 2 of you in here. Stop you. A diorite bee. Click. So I'm gonna make all of those bees, and in the meantime, I'm gonna collect as much honeycomb as I can. And when I have all those done, I'll get back to you and we'll figure out what we're going to do to house our bees because I can't keep on looking at this really ugly square behind me. So I'll be right back. Okay, so after quite some time, I've managed to amass 38 honeycomb. I have all of these guys, which is the orgy bee, the sand bee, water bee, wood bee, cobble bee, granite bee, dirt bee, lava bee, diorite bee, andesite bee, and gravel bee. I need to make the fishy bee and the snowball bee. Now I can't make the snowball bee just yet, but I believe I could probably fish in this little pond. Maybe? Question mark? I hope. Oh yeah, there we go. 1 fish, 2 fish. Okay, so I'll pop these guys in there with 2 more of these and a fishy bee. Ooh, I can make a guardian bee. 2 fishy bees coming right up. And yeah, we're gonna have to figure out where we need to put these guys. But I also need to figure out how to make an iron bee, because all of this very much depends on me getting iron. So how does one get an iron bee? So bee breeding is a cobblestone bee and a wood bee breed to make an iron bee. Okay, and you have 100% chance of getting it. So I'm going to take out all of these guys, get all of the quest completes, like so. Then it's just the snow bee. But yes, like I said, how are we going to do this? How are we going to house all these bees? First of all, I'm going to have to grow an awful lot of flax. Actually, can I grow flax in... Where's the seed? Can I grow flax in here? No. So I can't grow flax in there. Oh, and the other thing that I need to do was sugarcane. I had a little bit of a search while I was waiting for that stuff, and I believe the only way you can do this is to get it from seed ore, and seed ore is made by putting water on one side, lava on the other side, like your typical old school cobblestone generator, but underneath the block where it creates the cobblestone or stone. It's a triple compressed cobble, which is 9 of those, 81. It's like, I don't know, like 700 cobble, which is easily done here. So while I figure out how I'm going to make this bee island, I'm gonna start compressing this cobblestone down. Boop, a boop, and a little bit more. Think this is probably enough. Triple compressed cobblestone. I'm hoping that will give us the seed ore. Yeah, there we go. Some seed ore. But we also need to... maybe if I do it this way, and this should make us some seed ore? Question mark? Yeah. And that was sea pickles and netherwort. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of prototyping, and I'm gonna get some more sugarcane and seeds and stuff, and I'll get back to you when I have something worked out. Okay, so welcome back. It's kind of the next day, and I know that I said I was gonna figure out what to do with the bees, but instead I started building new islands. I have a problem. I'm sorry. But there is a reason I'm building new islands. We really need somewhere to set up all of our little bee huts. And yeah, it's easier just to have a bigger island. So I'm going to make a big island here where I'm going to put all of our bee huts on to eventually get them all processed. I've been very busy with my with my creation of dirt and coarse dirt and gravel and cobblestone. And I did add a brand new mod. Unfortunately, my beloved trowel mod is not compatible with Forge 1.16.5, but I did get this mod, which allows me to randomly switch between inventory spaces 1 and 9, and I can toggle it on and off. It's a random block placement mod, if I remember, which I probably won't, but if I do remember, I'll put the link into the description because it's a very handy mod, and it's easily toggled on and off. So basically what you do is you grab all the things that you need. And what I do is I go around my little island. Hopefully I should be able to get over there. Oop. I wasn't sure if I was going to make that. And I go around one by one until we get a couple more layers, and then I'll top it all off with grass. But yeah, I'll get this finished up, and then I'll show you what I have planned out for the beehive area. So there we go. We have our island built. Between episodes, I will make some sort of a bridge between this island, or maybe I'll even make the island bigger. We'll see. But I did manage to get all of the seeds from the seed ore. So at least now I have some saplings to grow my beloved spruce. I'm now going to use my beloved spruce to start building up the bee areas. So, oh, actually, before I forget that, I did accidentally find out I could do this to grow grass. So I'm going to do this. So hopefully by the end of this episode, all of the grass will have grown. So looking ahead in the pack, we have different tiered hives. So at the moment, we can get a tier 1 hive that has 4 bees with 5 honeycombs. So if I have 4 of each bee, I should be able to saturate many hives. The next tier is 6 bees, next is 8, and the next is 16. But I know then that apiaries start being able to be made, and I believe apiaries, they hold 9 unique bees, They're much quicker, and I think the later levels, as a level 2 maybe? There, apiary level 3 does honeycomb blocks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build small modules. I'm going to be prettier than this, but I'm going to build small modules that can hold, let's say, 3 of each bee. That way, if we make some tier 2 beehives, when we get some beeswax, it should be fairly easy for us to have 3 of each type of bee in a module, and then just harvesting as we need them. So, the idea that I've had is, if we do this, like so, maybe 3 high, like so, shine a little light on the situation here. Then we put a beehive here over a campfire, and then maybe 2 of each of the pollinating blocks. We'll get into pollinating blocks in a little bit, but 2 of each of the pollinating blocks here, we should be able to generate quite a lot of honeycomb. So let's start getting some of the bees in. Also, need to start getting some glass melted. I mean, it's got to be pretty. Let's grab some of our wood bees. Pop you down here. Spawn 2 of you guys. And then let's get 1 log here. 1 log here. Because each bee has a different block that they pollinate on. So the wood bees, if I just press U while hovering over them, you can see their bee flower is any type of wood log, stripped or like basically anything. So these wood bees should go over to there and do a little dance over that. Then they should go into their hive and they should produce wood comb. Oh, I just realized there's no glass on the roof. That may be an issue. Okay, I'm so surprised it didn't fly away. Okay, there we go. You guys do your pollinating while I go and get the rest of the bees done.
1 eternity later.
And a short time later. It really wasn't a short time later. This took a very long time. We have all of our bees in. The only ones we don't have in are the lava bees. I thought that just putting lava down here would be okay for them to pollinate it, but apparently they need lava wood, which is lava poured over some log of some sort or some bits of wood of some sort in a casting basin from Tinkers. And I think we're just going to do that in the next episode because I don't want to start messing with Tinkers at the moment. But let's do the exciting part. Let's harvest our first combs. Nice. So that's the diorite and andesite combs. This is the wood and granite combs. These guys are the cobblestone and sand combs. This one is RGB comb, maybe? Yeah. And for some reason that went through the glass. This guy is dirt and gravel, water honeycomb, and fishy honeycomb. Still have no idea why we need fishy honeycomb. But what we do need to do now is the part I've been looking forward to all episode. Bee breeding. We need to get ourselves an iron bee. And in order to make an iron bee, we need to breed a cobblestone bee and a wood bee, which we have both of. So the cobblestone bee, you just give it a cobblestone. The wood bee, you just give it a piece of wood, and you have a 100% chance of getting a iron bee. So let's grab some of these guys. Let's grab, where is my wood bee? They're all sleeping. Have a quick sleep. Grab our wood bees and eventually our cobblestone bees. Boop and a boop, 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 a boop and a boop. Get ourselves our first iron bee. Nice. And again. Boop, 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 and a boop. Nice. Now these guys take quite a long time to grow up. I believe it was 1,200 minutes. That's 20. 20 minutes to grow up. Now, there is a cheaty way we can make them grow up using a bee and box, but I don't have the capability of making it yet because it needs iron. And yeah, these guys are how we get iron. I'm going to put these guys back like a so and a so, because we need these guys to make us a little bit of honeycomb, because like I said earlier, each bee has its block that it likes to pollinate on, and iron bees need something called the iron nectar block. And to make a nectar block, you need wood honeycomb, which is 9 wood honeycomb individual combs, and 2 blocks of cobblestone. So we need to get 18 of each of these to make 1 nectar block, which means we need 36 if we want to get 2 nectar blocks. We also need to get 1,000 millibuckets of honey, which is 1 bucket of honey. And then that needs to go into a tempered jar on a low temperature to make the nectar block. So in order to do that, we need to make the thing called the centrifuge. Unfortunately, we can only make this one at the moment because yeah, we don't have power or iron to make the automatic ones. So let's grab a little bit of brick. I believe I need 2 cast iron. Oh, and we've also graduated eating meat now. That island seemed to spawn quite a lot of pigs and chickens, which mysteriously disappeared. There's our 2 things. Let's grab 1 barrel, 1 lever. That there, 2 of you, and here we have a centrifuge. Nice. So the centrifuge basically spins the honeycomb and extracts all of the bits out of it. First of all, I need to make some bottles, like so. Pop you in here. And if I was to, let me see, the fishy honeycomb, if I was to shift and right click with an open hand, this centrifuges the honey and boop, gives us some fish, some honey bottles, and sometimes in here it will give us some wax, is it? Beeswax? This stuff here, beeswax, which we need to make the next level of hive, which hopefully I'll be able to make today. Let's just do a little bit of centrifuging, like so. Gotta get us some fish. Keep on harvesting. Like I said earlier, this is going to be very manual for a while. But as long as we keep harvesting and centrifuging, we should be able to get what we need. Diamond? Hold on. Fishy bee uses that can centrifuge. Oh, wow. It's a 1% chance to get a diamond. And I got a diamond. Nice. I got diamond before I got iron. That's fuzzy luck for you. Okay, well, we're slowly getting there. But this is going to take some time. Okay, not too long later, our bees only have a minute or so left to grow up. And we're very, very close to having all of... Actually, we have all of the cobblestone we need for 1 block, and we're very close to getting the wood. So I think I'm going to take these 4 honeycomb. And can I... How do I turn that into a bucket of honeycomb? Oh, there we go. Let's hope that works with a ceramic bucket also. Please, please, please. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we have a bucket of honey. We have 2 cobblestone honeycombs. And let's see if we have enough dirt honeycomb. I think we do. Yep, we have 2 dirt honeycombs. Let's pop over to our jar setup. And I believe it was on this one that we need to make the iron nectar block. No, not that one. Was it this one? Iron bee nectar block. Well, let's pop in you here. You go in here and here. You can be iron nectar block. No. Iron invar. Iron bee nectar block. Low temperature. Okay, wrong one. Iron nectar block this guy, press play. Everything is available, and in 57 seconds, 55 seconds, we should have our first iron bee nectar block. That means when our bees grow up, we can put them into the hive with the other bees, and they will produce us our first iron, and everything is going to expand in this pack from then on. I can't wait. It seems like if I put fire under there, or lava under there, it will actually... Wow, lava is 4 times more efficient. Campfires, yeah, we need to get some efficiency going on there. But we should have our first iron bee nectar block. Nice. Let's turn that off for a second. Pop over here. Let's get you put down here. You guys should... Ooh. Did you escape? No, I got him. Phew. Got you 2 iron bees here. And you guys go make me iron. Nice. So, what other bees can we make? I know I'm going to need a lot of gold very soon, so we should probably bookmark the gold bee. And that is made by breeding a copper bee and a cobblestone bee. And a copper bee is bred with a nickel bee and a cobblestone bee. And a nickel bee is bred with an iron bee and a cobblestone bee. So it looks like we have to make a gold bee, a nickel bee, I'm going to call him Nickelback, and a copper bee to get all the way up to gold. And animals are spawning again. Oh, more food for me. You know what? Between episodes, I think I might install a new mod, the Torchmaster mod. It will allow me to create torches to light up this area. Ironically, you need gold for that, so it's going to come at a very good time. But it also introduces an item called a Dread Lamp, which prevents passive mob spawns. And I would really, really like to not have sheep and cows and pigs and stuff all over my island. So yeah, I think I might do that between episodes. Looks like there's a partial eclipse going on. Or a solar eclipse? That's what I love about the mod, Astral Sorcery. You actually have eclipses in the game. Sometimes you actually need eclipses to do particular kind of spells and stuff, so that might be important in the future. Okay, so it looks like if we do the water honeycomb, it has a 50% chance of beeswax. I'm gonna change from the fishy to the water honeycomb, and hopefully I get some beeswax because we need to make the tier 2 hives, which are these guys, and these need beeswax and honeycomb as well. So yeah, while my little iron bees get busy doing some nectar blocking, I'm gonna start upgrading all the beehives. Seriously, just got rid of the sheep. Definitely installing that mod. That is hungry work, but at least we finally have some beeswax. And speaking of hungry work, I should probably start eating like some of this stuff. You can see here it says not yet eaten, what does it taste like? If I eat this guy, it has a potential to give me an extra 2 hearts. So we're 4 hearts up over what we were, and if I eat a raw and cooked version of each food, I should be well on my way to getting tons of hearts. Oh, look what we have here. Our first iron honeycombs. Nice. Let's pump you in here. And you will now give us 5 iron ingots. And I know the first thing I'm going to make with my iron. No, it's not a centrifuge. It's not even a more advanced piece of material. It's literally shears, because I've already gone through 2 of these ceramic shears and they're just really annoying to make. Okay, so now that we have the beeswax and the dirt honeycomb, no, what's a useless honeycomb? You know what? Let's use the normal honeycomb. Let's grab 2 of these guys. Wait for our iron bees to get out of here. Boop and boop. Break you. And then we put you in the center. You around the 4 corners. You here. And we have a tier 2 beehive. Nice. And this guy can hold 6 bees. and max 8 honeycomb. So if we have 3 of each bee, like I said earlier in the episode, we should have no problem getting tons of honeycombs. Boop, 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 boop. A boop. Keep on upgrading these guys. And of course we breed 2 extra bees. Boop, boop. Okay. Let's maybe do the sand ones first. Boop, boop. A boop and a boop. Nice. I should now have enough cobblestone and wood and honey to make a second iron block. Other thing we're really going to have to look into is automatic honey collection. Now, I can, I think, use modular rooters. Now that we have iron, that should be easy enough to make stuff, although I think we do need gold for this. So, yeah, between episodes, I think I might do a little bit of bee breeding on my Hang with Fuzzy. So if you go to the description to this video and click on the Discord link, you can go to my Bear Cave Discord, and you'll be notified when I go live on my Discord, sharing my screen, and you guys can watch me do basic menial stuff and just tell me how much of an idiot I am. But yeah, I think I'll do that between episodes. But I think I can get is it the activator module? I'm not quite sure. I think it might be the activator module. I can put that in front of a dispenser with a scraper, which is this guy here, which does not have a durability. It harvests honeycomb. So I can put a scraper in a dropper or dispenser or something, and then I can also use the same modular rooter with a vacuum module, which is this guy. Although I do need to get Eyes of Ender. You know what? We'll do something next episode about automation. I swear we really need to. Well, let's sleep. Grab our other nectar bee block. I keep on trying to dash. Just finished a stream where I was on level 100 of a Vault Hunters, and dashing is one of the abilities in Vault Hunters where you can just press a button and it flings you through the sky. They really should add something like that in this, or maybe Creative Flight. Creative Flight would be good. Might be able to do that with Botania, but that's a later fuzzy thing. But let's put down our second bee block here, and I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it for today. So if you did like today's episodes, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a cheeky little comment, because I do like reading your guys' comments, and tell me what I'm doing wrong or right. You choose. But until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.